Hey, it's Sammy for another episode of the I Do Music podcast, and our goal and our mission is to empower and educate musicians and artists worldwide. And on today's episode, we're talking to CEO of BTE Entertainment, Columbia BT, discussing promoting his hit single, Check My Footwork, from being an artist to CEO of his own label, BTE Entertainment, and falling in love with the streets before the music. Hey, it's Sammy for another episode of the I Do Music podcast, and I'm sitting down with a comedian, no, I'm joking, artist to CEO, Columbia BTE.
How you doing?
Good. Formerly Mr. Big Time.
Formerly Mr. Big Time, a.k.a. Tommy from College Park.
College Park.
Southside.
Southside. Me too.
Right.
That's what's up. So let's kind of talk about what most people probably know you for early on. Check My Footwork.
Check My Footwork. You ain't got these.
You ain't got these. That was a big single.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably one of the bigger records in my childhood.
Right.
Tell me how that came about and how you got into being a rapper, being an artist.
Well, back in the day, we were like stealing cars, just doing a lot of dumb stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Marquez was rapping with Red Money, and I seen him. I was like, so and I love Tupac back then, you know, like everything. Tupac got a fatigue on, I got a fatigue on. He got all black on. I'm ready to go to war. Tupac say go kill him. I'm going to kill him.
Right.
In the rap, I'm going, you know. So I guess back then I just had a lot of built up tension, a lot of pain, a lot of people dying, a lot of stuff. Just seeing a lot, growing up in a real poor environment. But I give everything back today just to have that happy moment back when I was younger, them poor moments, because that's when you get the most love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And family love you know what I mean? But Marquez was rapping at TNS studio with my buddy Tim. And he took me to the studio one time. And I was an angry child. Like, I pull guns, shoot, violent, boom, boom. And I just started expressing my pain through music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's how I got into the music game and met a lot of good friends over the years who still friends to this day. You know what I mean? Music changed my life. I mean, I can't even lie and say it didn't.
Yeah.
It changed my life.
Yeah. Where do you think you would be without the music?
Dead or in jail.
So why do they call you Mr. Big Time? Where did that come from originally?
Because I guess I had this aura about me. Like, every time my grandmother, my aunts, everybody, they had hustles.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I'd be at the liquor store hanging out or hustling, and people coming in the liquor store, going to the store, they were like, "What's up, Big Time?" I was a little kid then. They always just shoot me $1 or $2. I never asked for the money. They'll just see me and just shoot me $1 or $2. What's up, Big Time? What's up, Big Time? Mm-hmm. So that's how I got my name.
So obviously the Footwork King came from that single, that record.
Right.
You got a lot of success. I'm sure that was like one of the biggest records for you.
We was in. That's when I actually bought my own studio at that point in time when I had checked my footwork, because Tim had some problems. He had to close his studio down. But I had my own studio, and my brother came in. He was working at a car wash. Mm-hmm. And he had on some, we fresh then. We got on this when Jabos was out.
Oh yeah, I'm already here.
Jabos, Alpha One, the Reed. Mm-hmm. So I'm fresh with the Reeds on, And I say, boy, you ain't got these. He was like, nah. I was like, check his footwork. And he was like, yeah, you ain't got these. He had some Walmart boots on because he was working at a car wash.
Yeah.
And we made the song from joking and fun. Then when I let people hear the song, I let Midnight Black hit me. Well, first of all, we made the hook there. And then me and my brother went to Midnight Black studio. And his name Tracy Suing. I don't know if he did this, but we went to his studio. So we sitting down. I'm telling him how I want it played because I know I hear the hook in my head, so I know how I want it. Mm-hmm. So he made it how I wanted everything. He took me to, after we recorded it, he took me to Jerry Clark, which was a radio guy with 107.9 back then, big radio guy. And he let Jerry Clark, he said, I'm going to let my radio do it if you like it. Do this, do that, do this, do this. So he let Jerry Clark, he say, I let Jerry, he said it ain't no hit. This, that, just give me a couple $100 for playing the beat. Such. I said, okay, cool. I went and bought 6 Epson printers. I went to Tape Warehouse, bought 6 Epson printers with print the CDs on top of it. I bought a tower and I bought 10,000 CDs. And we sat in my studio and we burned CDs. And I mean, we were smoking weed and burning CDs, smoking weed and burning CDs. It take 2 hours to burn 100 CDs, but we was there burning them because you got to take them out the burner, put them in the printer, and then you print on them. And then back then it was like, okay, you know, it was like, okay, boom, 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 and we just killed the streets with the single. You know what I mean? We killed the streets with the single. But let me jump back in time because I skipped the whole era, right?
We did.
I was with Tighter Than Tight CMP. I got discovered at TM Studio by Tight Mike, Greg, them. So I jumped on the Diablo. Like, they had this song, jumping out them photos, it's them damn Diablos, you know what I'm saying? When they was in there and we were harmonizing the hook, and I said something, and they were like, that's the hook, that's the hook. They used it as a hook. Mm-hmm. So I got on that verse. Mm-hmm. So the people we were with started coming to Patchwerk. You know what I mean? So that's how me and Kurt met.
Right.
And Mike.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. Mike was mixing it. And Kurt, it just show you how time progressed and how God changed stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I did check my footwork, this is why I got to go back to that. Me and Kurt and Mike became very, very good friends. We've been friends a long time. Mm-hmm. So for any information, I call Kurt. Anything I need to know, I call Kurt. But I didn't have enough money to come to Patchwerk to mix. To check my footwork. We had to mix it at the studio. You know what I mean? So the studio was where the airport at. So you hear airplane flying over, the booth ain't soundproof. You know? So we hit the streets with the CDs. I went to Florida, I went to Tennessee, I went to Texas, I went to Alabama, I went to Mississippi, I went to South Carolina, North Carolina. I went everywhere.
Just passing out the CDs.
Man, before we press up 2000, I killed Atlanta already.
Yeah.
But, you know, Atlanta took to it, but at the time I had a club too. I bought a club.
Okay.
So when I was going to clubs in Atlanta, I wasn't getting that love. So I bought a club. I had over 2,000 people there. You probably know the club, Center Court on the south side, next door to Crow's Nest. In the plaza. Oh, you young.
Yeah.
You're a young buck.
You're
a young buck. So I bought a club. I bought a club. And I broke the music in my own club. And when I broke the music, it kind of, now I got DJ Boo who work at Magic City. I don't know if you ever heard of him, X-Rated, but they're my best friend there too.
Okay.
So I gave him his first DJ job. I gave Princess Cut her first DJ job.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I had a deal on the table with Universal, Atlantic, everybody. So I invited them to the club. And when they came to the club, the Shop Boys performed. Shop Boys got their deal part of Like a Rock Star. You know what I mean? So I've been in the music game a long time.
Long time. Yeah. And my question for you is that you did have a few deals on the table, but from my understanding, you didn't take those deals, or you questioned. You know, you kind of remained independent majority of the time that you were doing things. Why was that significant for you and what you were doing? I
built my show money up already to $12,000 to $15,000 a show. I was doing I was doing 3 shows a weekend. Okay, I had 5 rap vehicles of my own. I knew how to print the CDs on my own. We made our own T-shirts. And we got the heat press. We ain't know nothing about screen print.
Yeah.
We were just heat pressing them. I think the thing that killed us back in the day was the graphics. We didn't know that you had to have them on-point graphics.
Yeah.
You know, that look to sell it. But what happened was with the whole Check My Footwork movement, I didn't really need a label. I mean, at the end of the day, I wanted a deal. Don't get it wrong, because when Warner Brothers first sent me the letter, they sent me a letter. The letter said $1.2 million. I took it through a certain lawyer through Atlanta, and the lawyer rewrote the whole contract, and it said $600,000. He didn't give me he didn't show me the contracts that Warner Brothers sent. He redid the whole contract to where he put himself in on the mix. And then at the end of the day, I found out it was Midnight Black's lawyer. So now here come Midnight Black out the woodwork. But if I would have been talking to Kurt then, the first thing Kurt would have said was, get your paperwork now. That's just Kurt. Get your paperwork now. But since I didn't get the paperwork with Midnight Black with the beat, it was almost like the lawyer put his muscles up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I say, okay, this is how y'all playing. Now you gonna try to give me $600,000. So what does Midnight Black get out of the money? The money for the deal for me, the money ain't got nothing to do with the track and the publishing and all that. Learning that now from Kurt,
Right.
But that didn't have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? But even when the situation came about, I came to Midnight Black as a man. I said, bro, they trying to offer some money on the table. I'm still say you made the beat. We gonna do it like this, do it like that. You still can get all the publishing for the beat. I ain't worried about the beat. Even though we sat there and told him what we wanted played and how we want it. That means 50% of that track was mine. But I ain't argue with that because I'm looking at the overall picture. He gonna eat, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna need him if I do get the deal for more tracks.
More tracks, right?
So why would I shut this off? You know what I'm saying? So the lawyer rewrote the contract. So after the lawyer rewrote the contract, I didn't take the deal. I already had $700,000 from the club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the club, I had money from shows. I already had over 1.8 million. Independent at 20-some years old. You know what I mean? I made up my mind a long time ago. I was never gonna be broke no more. When I had my children, because I know how it was coming up with me, and I ain't have certain stuff. And people like, why you don't buy this? Why you don't buy that? I don't want to buy that. If it ain't deeds or to a house or a property, I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm built different now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, with the deal thing, I just didn't take it. I had everything that they had to offer, and then I had a good deal on the table with Def Jam. But then here come Ludacris, want to bring me out on Birthday Bash. So when he bring me out on Birthday Bash, it looked like I signed to Luda.
Right.
So now Def Jam bagged out. Well, Luda them say you with they camp now. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So in Atlanta, it's so many politics that people don't want to see you with more than what they got. Like all right, back then labels come to Atlanta. And they look for artists, but they go to T.I., they go to different people, So Def, but none of the people they gave the check to will invest the money back into the artist the right way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who you know on Jermaine Dupri label who bigger than Jermaine Dupri? Even though he looked big, they look big in stardom, who made the most money? You kind of get where I'm coming from? Like, ain't nobody gonna invest the type of money that you invest in yourself with an artist.
Right.
That's why so many Atlanta artists crash so fast. Because they got this big buzz and everybody believes in them but the people behind them. Mm-hmm. But the label gave the people behind them the money.
So let me ask you this. Do you believe that, because when you talked about the producer on that record and, you know, trying to sort out like the business, the politics behind the actual record and how big it had become.
Right.
Do you feel like you kind of allowed that like loyalty mentality, like the street mentality, to kind of outweigh the business aspect of it? And what did you learn from that situation, like moving forward? Because now you have your own, and we'll talk about it, your own company, your own entertainment company.
Right. I learned that. See, I grew up in a household where it was crackheads, drunks. Like we were together. It didn't matter what they did. It didn't matter if she was on crack and she sold that. We're gonna try to go buy that back and get her off crack. It don't matter if my uncle drunk, even though I hate drunks. Like when my mama drank, me and my mama, I hated that. You know what I mean? That's why to this day I don't drink nothing. I won't touch no alcohol. But I say when I was doing the music, just to deal with people, I see why a lot of rappers smoke and drink, because you got to deal with people you don't know and you know they're not good. They don't have no good meant for you. Mm-hmm. So it's like you got to do it. But growing up like that, you that loyalty and stuff that you instill in people, you like, me and this dude, we got good chemistry. We can make millions of dollars together. But he see me as a quick check. Instead of that friend who, see, Midnight Black just had got out of jail. Nobody in the studio heard of Midnight Black. Nobody wanted a Midnight Black track. Mm-hmm. I was the first person to record on a Midnight Black track. You know, then when people start hearing the lyrics over the vocals and I'm sitting in on the mix and stuff, then they see where it went. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, your loyalty sometimes outweigh the business, but like then again, resorting back to Kurt. Kurt said, back then he was teaching me the game, but I wasn't listening. I was moving so fast, but he was telling me, hey, get your stuff in order, get your paperwork in order, do this, do that. And he set it up now to here, well, I ain't got to do it like that no more. I can come in, do the song, and get my paperwork stuff set up before I leave. That's the best thing I have heard of.
So let me ask you this. It seems like you fell in love with the streets before the music.
Right.
how do you feel like the way of the streets and that mentality helped you? Because we talked about how it kind of hindered you in terms of the business. How did that help you become an artist and move on to be a CEO?
And I'm gonna say this with no regards. This in my race.
Okay.
I also grew up with a lot of parents and black fathers that didn't raise their children, that didn't do this and that didn't do that. But I grew up in College Park, East Point was a lot of Latino community, and the Latinos always stuck together with their family. They were family oriented, and I think that's what I seen and that's what I wanted with my children. So like I was messing with Latinos in the street, and I was gravitating toward. I was trying to gravitate toward anything that turned a negative to a positive at the time. You know what I mean? And I think that mentality made me hard. The street stuff made me harder because it just opened my eye. Like even with the street stuff, I was still learning with Midnight Black. I was in the street, but I was still, you still in your learning stage. It's still, you never can. It's like music. The streets always gonna change, so you never gonna learn the streets. You might can adapt to whatever happening, and adapt to the music, but you can't change what's gonna happen in the streets, and because you don't never know the rules. You don't never know how every day you learn. Darn, he did that.
Right.
He wouldn't have did that like that back in the day. He did this. That's how it is. But being that said, that I want to be an awesome father. First of all, that's my first goal. Because even with Check My Footwork, I had another deal on the table with Universal I could have took. But I didn't take it because I just had my daughter right after my grandma died, and I named her after my grandma, and I wanted to raise my daughter. So I kind of turned my back on the music. I love the music, but I turned my back on it. I feel like that the music game kind of let me down in so many ways because I had high expectations of how you express yourself and how you be real with yourself and stuff, and it just let me down. It let me down in a sense, but I changed my life when I stayed back and raised my daughter. That's the best feeling in the world. I would never take that back in the world because once I gave her that love and started showing her that love and showing my other kids that love and being around them more, I got that real love back that I was looking for when I was younger.
Right.
So now I'm surrounded by that love. Now I can stop thinking about the love and focus on business.
Right. That's important.
I mean? Yeah.
You gotta have that balance and center yourself, right?
Right.
So a lot of artists also glamorize this like lifestyle that they may not even live, but you truly, you talked about growing up and the struggles that you had with your family. Why do you think people are so fascinated with the rags to riches story, that narrative?
I mean, it was a real lifestyle for me. So the only thing that I'm happy about with the rags to riches is that I can take care of my children. Everything else obsolete to me. Like we had big Chevys, big chains, big herringbones. I got Brighton's, Automirrors. I got all kind of stuff. I can buy whatever I want, but I don't want that. I'm right now. I'm focused on generational wealth. You know what I mean? When I leave, I want my kids to have this, and I want them to be able to learn this stuff, not in the way that I learn, but I want them to understand how to manage this and how to do it. You know what I mean? I'm pushing for generational wealth right now. I would not buy me another chain. I just went and bought a Philippe and took it back and got my money back. I bought what is the Don before Gucci had it. I took it right back. I just got to channel my anger. I took the Philippe back and bought 2 houses for $50,000. I'm just saying, like, it got to be some point in your life where you say, okay, is this or that? Like, that glamour with that car, man, that gonna last, 2 weeks? Oh, you gotta be, the talk gonna last 2 weeks. It gonna turn from good to bad. Then when you park it and you don't put all the miles on it, they done repossessed it. You got about 20 lies. You know what I mean? It's just a hype.
Right.
Like today, people buying all this jewelry. It depreciates as soon as you put it on your neck. What you gonna do when the record don't work or the label don't believe in you no more? Because you're not your own boss. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to make up your mind what you want in life, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going for generational wealth. All the trinkets, I done had that. I mean, it don't fascinate me. People see a Bentley, see my Bentley, they be like, oh, you got a Bentley. It don't fascinate me. Nothing fascinates me more than when my daughter took her first step. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be here to bathe my daughter, being able to feel that real love, like that's right there is unimaginable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this car don't love me.
Yeah.
The dealer don't love me. He just love he finna make this money off the top of me. It's a hustle for a hustle.
Right.
So Atlanta became the city of perception.
Mm-hmm.
So the labels come in here and buy into a campaign that ain't gonna go nowhere. They came and bought into a president with no morals. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like of the record company. I'm not saying of the presidency. I'm not dissing the president because they gonna vote for who they want to vote. That he gonna be in office regardless if whatever I do. But whatever I'm saying is, what I'm saying is to say this, that the reason the game is messed up because they put so many people in record label offices that didn't really look at the music.
Yeah.
They just had money, and their nephew, cousin, brother, niece, auntie, cousin, brother, nephew rapped.
Right.
So they gave them the money.
Mm-hmm.
So when the label start losing money, how can we make money? They messed the game up.
It doesn't seem like money has really been an issue for you and your music and music. So what's the problem when money's not the problem?
Time.
And what do you mean by that? Elaborate for me.
Oh my God, dividing the time with the kid, the business you still trying to run, the real estate stuff, the trucking stuff, the music stuff, the kids basketball game. I ain't missed a basketball game this year.
Mm-hmm.
She played for AAU. She 10 years old. I ain't missed a game. You know what I'm saying? My other daughter 17. I ain't missed a game. You know, my son played football. I ain't missed a practice or a game. Well, 2 practices I missed because they were closed practices.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, I used to come out the road, check my footwork. My daughter had a game. It ain't big to other people, but I have a show in Houston, in Dallas, the same night. So I had one in Houston, one in Dallas. Then I got to go back to Mississippi the next day.
Mm-hmm.
In between them shows, I book a flight. I go home, catch a game, fly back, then go to the show, then drive back home. Because, like I told you, we had 8 to 10 promotional vehicles. We was everywhere.
Yeah.
People say, God, leave. Like, even when I put it in the city, see, right now, people not getting deals off their work, off their music. They getting deals off rubbing shoulders. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll be with this person. Oh, yeah, I seen him with him. Give him a deal. Mm-hmm. Oh, I seen him with him. Give him a deal. It's who you know now. It ain't about your work ethic no more. It's almost like when you building houses. It's almost like it's a reputable company, but that don't mean they good at building houses. It's just everybody went with that company and they ain't have no problems out that company. You might be a better company, but you take too long to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So you talked a lot about the promotion aspect of it and doing it in-house, like doing the T-shirts to the trucks. How important was promoting your music during that time, especially during that time, you know, the dance era? Like, everybody was wearing their own stuff on their T-shirts and things like that. And then also, how can artists today benefit from that face-to-face marketing?
You saying doing the Check My Footwear era? Mm-hmm. Doing the Check My Footwear era, nobody did it big as us.
Okay.
Nobody. Terrence Mims, rest in peace, Terrence. He stepped our CD and promotional game up to another level. Him, Gino Design King, they stepped us up to a new level because when I got my money right, I started coming doing Patchwerk everything with Kurt. And Kurt offered 200 CD singles. So I had my basis. Boom, I can get this to Terrence. Terrence pressed me 20,000 CDs in 2 days and have them with the inserts in them in 2 days.
Wow.
So that took my promotion game to another level. So I have 2 vans going to Texas, 2 vans in Tennessee. I spread them out. And then after they come back, he got to go to Texas and he got to go to Tennessee. Yellow, blue, red, orange vans. You know, the different color promotional vans. So green, yellow, purple. We had all different flavors, vans, Tahoes, everything. We sent them to different markets. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he might be in Texas, they might be there, but okay, now you go there and you go there. You know, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Because New Orleans, Mississippi, all that right in there. So might switch right there, boom, keep going there, switch, boom.
Yeah.
You know, so face-to-face marketing to me back then was great. Mm-hmm. Now it's digital. Everything digital.
So do you think that it's still beneficial? You don't think, touching the people and being in the streets is necessary for artists today?
It is. But the way it's set up now digitally, it helped, but it ain't the best. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It helped because you see the people like, man, people don't do this no more. This is what need to be done. But those people who saying that don't support you and they don't know nothing about the internet, and that's where the music's selling at right now.
Right.
So it kind of don't help you. You know what I mean? But I guess the reason we're so outcast or blackballed, as you should say, because we don't try to be up on the people and use their reputation to make our reputation bigger. We want to build our own. We want to stand on our own.
Right.
We built our own foundation. We want to keep building our own foundation. We don't want to, even though I know every rapper in the city, I'm not doing nothing they doing. You know what I mean? Like when I do stuff, like even back in the day, when we do stuff, we do it out of the kindness of our heart. You know what I mean? Like we don't do stuff to publicize what we've done for people. You know what I mean? It just, I love everybody who do music. I know it's different genres of music. That's why I ain't hating nobody. You know what I mean? But I just refuse to come up taking a picture with somebody. I want you to see me for what I'm really worth.
Right.
Like, look at the work. Like, pay attention to what we really doing. Like, you looking at the chains. They got you. This is some kind of hypnotizing mechanism. I got chains. I can put all that on. I can come out of that, but I ain't doing all that.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with the work.
Right. So tell me about where we at now. Big Time Entertainment, BTE. It's your entertainment company.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about that and what services y'all offer.
Big Time Entertainment. We right now, just right now, we got two artists. We got Tommy Gunn and my son Young Mio. He been rapping since he was 9. He been mixing his music here since he was 8.
Wow.
But I let him do it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Letting them know to keep, like, music is a good thing. You can make it in music. Sometimes you can't make it in music. But I had to get him to understand that this is a privilege to do. This ain't nothing that you just gonna be handed to you.
Right.
So what I did with Tommy Gunn, what I'm doing with Tommy Gunn right now, I'm trying to, when you got an older rapper like 28, 27, they got in their head that, oh no, I can't do this. I gotta keep it real. I can't do music like this. But you got to ride the wave of what's going on to get in the mix to be heard how you want to be heard. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to do with people at the label, Tommy Gunn, is position him to be his own boss. Well, he'll be able to drop his own music with the label. So when I signed Tommy Gunn, I did a 50-50 with him. I didn't have to do that. I could have did a 360 because I'm investing in everything. But I did a 50-50 with him just to position him as a boss. Because this ain't something long-term that I'm looking to do. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be positioned as a boss. Like with Mio, I'm positioning Mio as a boss. Mio got his own label, his own record label. He gonna drop all his own music under his own label. He's 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? He play football. He play baseball. I just want him to be that guy. You know what I mean? I just want him to be that guy, man. But I want to position everybody around me to be bosses. So he'll be able to come to Patchwerk and spend his own money. He ain't gotta, the label ain't gotta do that. When we do, hey bro, I'm at the thing. But he doing good right now. He getting real show money. People taking to him. But I told him, like when we was in here with Zaytoven, I told Zaytoven that, I need an undeniable hit, for me. Something I can put a budget behind.
Yeah.
And he gave me a beat I can put a budget behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been pushing it, but like the only problem I have with the game is everybody tell you what you want to hear till it actually happen. Like you got to go with paperwork with everything you say. Like that's the only thing. The only thing I can give artists is find your own knack and go with your knack. Stop trying to live everybody else's dream. Live your own dream. Because right now, like I said, Atlanta the perception city. If you see a dude with 10 chains on, you automatically start following him on Instagram. You like him, 5,000 likes a day, every post, because he telling you he living there.
Right.
But then you ride up on him and he ain't even got a car.
Yeah, that's true. It's the truth. You ain't telling no lies. Yeah. Let me ask you this, because like I said, people know you for that Check My Footwork record, and it was a big one, and you pushed it. Your team pushed it. What's your advice to an artist who has like one major hit and they want to continue to like capitalize and I guess progress from there?
I think he need to stick with the people he made the hit with. That's the best advice I can give somebody, because I think that if me and Midnight Black would have stayed together, we had a chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could have told him what I wanted, he could have played what I wanted again. We had good chemistry. Like you can't once you lose that, it's like almost like Cash Money and Manny Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
When they had it because all of them had chemistry.
Right.
You know, but if you got that one hit, you gotta ride that wave. I think a lot of people lay off. Like I hear music going, boom, boom, boom. And it be going, it just catches momentum. Then a label will come and grab it and push it 20 steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Then you won't even hear it in the streets no more. So it ain't on people's mind no more. Then when the label come back with it, it don't hit as hard.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of artists who had hits before Birthday Bash. But by them performing for Birthday Bash, they played their stuff 20 times. But now you hear on the radio, they play their stuff maybe one time a day.
Yeah.
So they kind of killed the record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta kill a record. It's a great market, but it'll kill a record. That's why you got to come to Atlanta last.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
You hear how fast records get in and get out, you
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh man, I was just bouncing it. Darn, why they don't play that on the radio no more?
Yeah.
They kill it.
Yeah.
It's a big market, so they gotta keep
Get it
money.
in and get it out, yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
So from rapper to CEO, and you talked about the two artists that you're working with. You're bridging the gap between generations of music.
Right.
How are you doing that for younger artists and your experience just coming up? How are you bridging that gap?
It's kind of right now. It's kind of hard to bridge any gap.
Why is that?
With music because everybody following what they see.
Mm-hmm.
They like if they see Side Baby, they see Yachty, they see this, they say that. They follow that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People don't have their own brain anymore. Like it's like people program.
Mm-hmm.
They just follow what they see. Like if you go, just say for instance, I put a post up with my kids today. Love my kids. She graduated. Boom. I get 100 likes. They just show you how life is, right? I put a video up. Yeah, man, it'll get 500 likes because people don't read. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you see people on the internet playing with guns and fascinated by that, we live that life. We know that gun will kill you, bro. We know if you hit the button the wrong way on that gun, it'll kill everybody in the house. But you on the internet playing with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They took, like, kids idolize, right now, kids idolize violence and drugs and jewelry and cars. But I refuse for that to be the perception built behind my label.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna build that behind no label. We're gonna have good music. We're gonna outwork everybody. And we're gonna outthink everybody. And we're gonna put it on iTunes and we're gonna get them checks.
Yeah, talk about what you got to do to handle that paperwork that Kurt hipped you to here at Patchwerk. What are the things that you wish you knew then that you know now in terms of the business?
I knew how to monetize everything. What? Because there's a lot of stuff digitally. I didn't make none of that money on footwork. All the plays on the radio, all that, I didn't make no money on it.
You just didn't know.
I didn't know. So me and Kurt, we went back trying to research. Well, we couldn't come up with it. Then we tried. I swear we was on that. Kurt was calling people. I wasn't even getting a response. Kurt started calling people. I'm sitting in the office. They call him right back. I'm like, they put me on hold. I got to talk to the operator. You know what I mean? I don't know who he called, but them folks called right. Man, this is such and such and such. I'm like, what the fuck can he do this? You know, sometimes like I told you, like you've been in it a while, people respect you for knowledge.
Yeah.
When I'm calling, I don't know how to say,
what you trying?
Is my money? You know, that's all I know how to say, man. Where my money?
Right.
Hey, look here. We had 2 purchases in this Kurt talk about. Yeah, we had our footwork been out this long. We need the paperwork. We need boom, boom, boom. Man, them folks sending shit. I like, okay. That's when I knew it was real.
Right.
But I think I got it narrowed down when I got a lawyer. I got another lawyer. And what happened was I did the ATL movie with T.I.
Yeah.
With Chris Robinson. The song was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was sold licensing to them. So it was almost like some of that money went to them.
Mm.
His money still held up right now for that movie to go to Midnight Black. Because I won't sign off on it. Just because of how he played it with the lawyer. He came at me with a lawyer. I went and hired a lawyer, Pam Gavin, out of Ohio. Mm-hmm. Ironclad lawyer. I put her on his lawyer. His lawyer ain't said nothing else. I ain't going to say no name because I really want to say a name because I don't want people to go to the lawyer, but I'm going to keep it 1,000. I ain't going to even say no name of the lawyer. He just an Atlanta lawyer, and he a crook. Uh-oh. That's all I'm going to say.
So what's the importance of having the right lawyer? Because you said you went through a few different or a couple lawyers.
I wouldn't, nothing against nobody in Atlanta. I love Atlanta to death. Yeah. I would never hire another lawyer in Atlanta unless it's a criminal attorney. As far as industry music, I would never hire another lawyer in Atlanta. I wouldn't. Because they make deals with other people. Like, just say, for instance, if you made the beat, and I'm the rapper, and they cooler with the person that made the beat, you thinking in your best interest. So they gonna structure the beat around the best thing to the person. They so crooked, they gonna reach out to both parties. When they should be just handling your business because they represent you.
Yeah.
So Pam Gavin, that's my lawyer. That's it.
That's it.
She Google Dolls lawyer, she everybody lawyer, big people lawyer. She charged, but she gonna keep me straight like Kurt.
That's what's up.
Patchwerk make my cash work.
I feel you. So what's your goal to date in the music industry, like personal goal with BTE and Big Time Entertainment? What do you want to do with this company that you know
I want to
I
want to bring back music with a substance. I want to bring back substance music. Like Tommy Gunn, he talk about a lot of stuff they talk about today too. But he lyrical, and he been through a lot of pain. You know, he lost his brother. His brother died by a shotgun pump shot. Then he lost his arm to a pump shotgun.
Oh, wow.
By holding up his hand, boom. You know, so sometimes he get on the stage, he feel kind of down by his arm. But, man, anything, I just feel like that with my label, what I'm trying to create is awareness to real music, awareness to real life stuff. Like, again, because when we lost that, we lost it. All we talk about now is jury. Mm-hmm. We want to hear about life, living it, but we don't want to hear about death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to hear about the chances, but we don't want to hear about the repercussion of the chances that you take. Oh, I can take, yeah, hit a lick, but he ain't talking about when his friends got killed on that lick. His best friend. If I wasn't doing music right now, I'd close Facebook and Instagram now. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Every day, R.I.P. They shouldn't have shot you like that. Bro, you just robbed the hell out of somebody and took their money and everything they had for their children and shit. What you think they post? I'm just saying, like, they talking about the action, but it's always a reaction. Like in music, when Tupac talked to you, he told you what it was, how it started, and how it was going to end if you kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real story. Like, now it's just, I'm going to go kill somebody and I'm not going to jail. No, nigga, you going to jail or hell. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to music today, what you listen to today?
You know, I try to keep up with what's going on. Yeah,
you
so
got to because you in the hip hop.
Yeah, I'm listening to everything.
Me too. I listen to rock. I listen to all that, man.
I ain't gonna say I listen to country.
I listen to everything to get ideas. I like all genders of music. I always been like that. Like when we were so poor, we had a two-way radio in the car. The radio stayed on AM. My granddad listened to church and stuff like that. So you didn't get to hear everything that you want to hear.
Yeah.
So you know, and then
I
grew up in the bootleg houses. They playing all the music, you know, so.
Yeah. You gotta get your inspiration from someone.
Gotta get your inspiration, but I see a lot of me in Mio.
Yeah.
I was talking to Mio the other day, birthday bash. He's supposed to have one of his friends come out and perform with him, who he started in the music game, who's actually big right now in the music game. Promised Mio he was coming out, talk to him and everything. He didn't come. So I'm glad he didn't come. You know why? Because that's a lesson my son would never get from me talking to him about it.
Right.
He's seen it. Like, a lot of stuff they learn because they see it on their own.
Right.
You know, like, when I was young, I used to look out the window, oh, my daddy coming to get me, oh, my mama coming to get me. I was with my grandma Oh, they coming to get you. They gonna pull up. They coming to get you. You that little kid in the winter like, damn, I miss my mom. I just want to see my mom. I miss my daddy. But nobody ever show up for you. You understand what I'm saying? So when Mio grandmama or somebody or some say they coming to get him, they don't go get him. It don't disappoint him. He already mentally aware of it.
Yeah.
Now, soon as his friend did him like that, we on the way. I'm riding. I'm talking to him real. I'm like, Mio, what you do is in your own hands. Like, and he got a standing ovation. He got the biggest, and I ain't bragging because he's my son. He got the biggest standing ovation the whole day. We was there the whole day. We watched every performance. He got the biggest standing ovation at birthday bad block party.
That's what's up.
The biggest one. But the lesson he learned that day was he got to depend on himself.
Right.
Don't depend. But see, I had already audible because I know how it go. I've been in the game so long. I made him a show CD with his friend. I made him a show CD without his friend.
Yeah.
So his friend ain't messing nothing up.
Right.
He still rocked it. I said, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. When you get out there, say this, do this, do this. Remember, he was deciding on how he was going to wear his shirt, but his shirt had he bought me his shirt had 2 zippers. So he said, it's getting hot out here. He unzipped it. Everybody went wild. Like, all the girls went wild. Teenage, he 15 years old.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's lessons that, in the music that an artist going to have to learn on their own.
Right.
Like, when Joe Gifted first had Water, I could have signed Joe Gifted. But we was out working the same club stuff. I told him just like this. I say, bro, your song already gone. You don't need me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he need me to come? His song already moving. I felt like I'd have been taken advantage of. But on the other hand, my business partners was like, no, you got to sign him because you're a label.
Right.
They tried to make me understand. I understand it after. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, man, but he already there.
Right.
Every club playing him, he don't need me. The radio finna, because when they research, it gonna research good.
Right.
They playing it in every club in Atlanta, every car in Atlanta. And me and Joe Gifted friends. I would never take advantage of my friends. It's almost like my friend right here, he digging for a diamond, and I see the diamond, but he don't see it, and he quit, and I'm waiting, he walk off when we get that diamond. I ain't that type of dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, look, it's right there. You know what I mean?
You mentioned how his song was playing in the clubs,
Right.
in every club. I've talked to a few people that, they say different things about your song playing in the club. Is that important still to a record and to a single being broken, especially like the strip clubs? Strip club culture in Atlanta is still big and it's going to be big. But like, is your record or your single, should you be pushing it in the clubs?
You should.
Yeah.
If you should. I ain't gonna say you shouldn't, but the strip club scene ain't what it is.
It's not.
Promoters took the fun out of it. Like, they like, see, when rap was separated in the club thing, it was a better look.
What you mean?
Because as an artist,
Okay.
if you got a promoter at a club, at a strip club, that cut away from the girls' money, that cut away from the club owner money. But most importantly, when an artist try to come in there, it ain't the same. It ain't the same no more in Atlanta when you go in the club. Hey, play my record. It ain't the same no more. It's almost like everybody got their hand up.
Yeah.
So it really not the same. But we don't work records in Atlanta no more. We go everywhere but Atlanta.
True.
This will be the last stop.
Yeah.
Like now, we won't even. Everybody think we acting funny because we know our worth. You gonna pay us? We want $3,500 for a regular club. We want $4,500 for a strip club, and some money to throw. I'm just saying, we won't come.
Yeah.
We getting that out of town. I'm just saying, like, people in Atlanta, then they'll pay somebody to come. They pay these big artists, they pay $20,000. I ain't gonna say no name but the artist. They pay him $20,000 to come. We had more people there than him. We walked out of compound, everybody walked out of compound with us. But they paid him $20,000. Not compound didn't pay him, some more people paid him. And then the people didn't want to pay us. So we said, okay, we're just going to make the night big, 2,000-3,000 people in the building. We going. Because we got people coming from everywhere to support Tommy Gunn. Like Tommy Gunn, he the truth.
Yeah.
He the truth. I mean, he bring out 1,000, 2,000 people. He the truth. When Mio throw a party where he live, he have 500 to 1,000 kids. He the truth.
Talk about the importance of developing like a following when you're coming up as an artist, because a lot of times I go to a lot of showcases and the artist may not bring or have that support that you're talking about. How are you doing that, and how are you building up a following today, 2017?
Because it's just word of mouth. Like Facebook, the most powerful tool it is. Like people still use Instagram and Snapchat. Facebook, the most powerful tool it is.
Really?
Because a lot of people don't go on Instagram. A lot of people who support my music or support Tommy Gunn music, everybody had a Facebook first.
Yeah.
So nobody ever closed their Facebook account. So they still on Facebook, even though they got the Instagram and stuff like that. Remember, Facebook was first.
Yeah.
It was MySpace first.
MySpace, yeah.
And Facebook, and everybody's still on Facebook. We promote on Facebook. We might get 10,000 views, 10,000 likes, and half of them people come out. People in town, they come out, hey, bro, y'all got a show this weekend, we're going to fly in. Hey, bro, y'all got a show, we coming in. Mm-hmm. Because we set the bar. When people come, we're going to have free food, free drink. We're going to have fun. Like, that's what the music done went from being fun to just, I'm going to shoot this nigga if you look at me while I'm on the stage. Bro, that's your fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's your fan. Them fans. Sometimes a person get too close to you. Like, well, we used to go and check my footwork. We didn't have security.
Yeah.
Nowhere. We was in Houston. We was in Oak Cliff in Dallas. We was at Big T Flea Market. We was everywhere in the hoods. Like, we didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we them boys too.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care. Y'all the real. What they tell us in North Carolina, they told us they ain't number crooks. About 500. We pull up in the hood in the Bentley, the rap trucks, everything. Passing our CDs. With red on, with orange, blue, green, all kind of color. Like, bro, this is what we do, bro. Y'all, niggas like, oh, y'all gang banging. We promote music.
Right.
It's a difference.
Yeah. We
ain't knocking what you doing, don't knock what we doing. We eating in the restaurant. We were cool with everybody when we left. They calling us back to come back now just to hang out. I'm just saying, like sometimes it's your vibe and your energy you let off people. You get up mugging people. You in these folks' hood. You where they growing up at. So we in trailer park recording. Before I left there, I recorded a song in the trailer park, in the trailer. A whole studio set up in the trailer.
Really?
We was in, what was it? Wilson, North Carolina.
Wow.
We was in the trailer recording. But, man, it's the energy you put out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can pack a crowd out, but can you entertain that crowd?
Exactly. My question, because you spoke about, Pac being one of your influences coming up, Tupac, and that music, that type of music and what he was saying lyrically. Describe what real music means to you.
Just talking about what you really went through and not fabricating your lifestyle like you really had it or like you really struggled. Well, I hate to hear people bios. Oh, he lived in a one-room shack, 12 people, know this, know that. I really came from the struggle. My grandma's house was so old. We had no central air, no central heat, no plumbing. So that means when you we had plumbing because the water come in, but the water had no way of draining out. We had to boil the water on the stove to make the water hot in the bathtub. Then after you finish that, you got to take a pot, dump the water in the toilet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If now mentally and physically as a kid, you don't know no better. But as the age I'm at now, and I looked at that and I had cousins who had money and who could have fixed those problems, I don't respect them no more. And I see them and I speak and I still tell them, I don't respect you. And the reason I don't respect them is because these the same people who came to the school who did stuff for you. Like, and you seen her living like this and you never changed that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wake up out my sleep crying still, thinking about my grandma, because me and my grandma were so close. Mm-hmm. I went fishing yesterday in the rain. Me and my grandma used to go fishing all the time. My buddy Al went out there with me. He was going to sleep in the rain, man. But we was out there fishing yesterday in the rain. That's what got me away from the streets, too. Dang, man, I jumped the whole subject, man.
No, you're good. Tell me about it.
My grandma, when my cousin didn't want to go to the playground, I want to be up under my grandma. So my grandma used to go fishing. She used to go to yard sales. I used to just want to be up under my grandma. So I still like to do all the stuff that me and her did, go fishing all the time. I still do this stuff. You know what I mean? My grandma took my mind away from the pop.
Reality.
Yeah, she took me away. Like being out there on that lake, it's almost like smoking weed. You know, I don't smoke weed. I don't do none of that. So it's almost like when you out there, you just in a serene place. You know what I mean? And it just like, man, I don't know. It just
Real.
it's real, man.
Yeah.
It's real. But like I said, I can't respect them. Where I'm at right now, I know if my grandma was living, she'll be
Proud.
what? She'll be so happy because I have her happy. Like I never seen people with money, like even back then, just seeing what I know now and knowing the people that I know now, seeing the kind of money my cousins and everybody counted, and they let people struggle. The same people put their houses up to get you on bond. The same people you call collect when you're in jail. Y'all let them struggle because you want to fix a Cadillac up. You know, this is my train of thought though, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, man.
Your priorities shifted.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My priority was shifted back then.
then.
Cause even when I was stealing cars, I would give my grandma money. When I was robbing, I would give my grandma money. I was doing a lot. Like I was doing more than the average. Like one time I had stole a car and found a lot of money, and I found about $180,000 in the car. In the car. I went in there. I swear to God, I can call my cousin right now. She'll tell you the same story. That Christmas, none of the women. It's just like all the women in my family always met deadbeat men. Like they never was around for the kids. They never Christmas, holidays, nothing. My grandma always do that. You know, my grandma was struggling, but she made a way with her check. So when I hit for the money, I came straight in the house. I didn't go to the mall. I didn't go do that. I dumped the money on the bed. Everybody was wondering how they were gonna get their kids Christmas, how they were gonna do this, how they were gonna do it. I dumped the whole $180,000 on the bed, and I gave my grandma $40,000. And I called all my aunties and gave them money. I called all my cousins, I gave them money. I ended up with like about $108,000. After I gave everybody some money and stuff, I ended up with about $108,000. But everybody had a good Christmas. My grandma was happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
sometimes you gotta. I respect that. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do that. I wanted to ask you too. You know, you talked about the people around you.
Right.
You know, you can't help who your family is. That's your family.
Right.
But just like, you know, people you work with, the relationships you built. You talk about, you know, Curtis, your lawyer. The importance of having the right people around you.
See, me and Kurt, we more than like me and my lawyer, we just straight business.
Right.
But me and Kurt, we've been more than friends forever. Like I can call Kurt sometime at 11 minutes. I'm putting her down. I'm gonna call you back, putting the baby to sleep. But he gonna call me back because he don't know what's wrong. But we a little more than we passed the business. But a lot of knowledge that he gave me over the years, like he might think I wasn't listening, but it stuck with me a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? You know how you so hard headed, you just gotta see for yourself. You just gotta touch the damn fire when he telling you it's gonna burn your hand, but you still just gotta touch it.
Just to see.
Don't hold that firecracker in your hand and light it. You know what I'm saying? But you hard headed, you just know you quick. Light that motherfucker. Bow. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just hard headed, but it's important to have people around you who want to see you win. Like, even to this day, I got a lot of people around me who don't want to see me win. You know, but I already really won because my kids happy.
Yeah.
They talking about the game or something like that. That don't matter to me no more.
Yeah.
My daughter is a senior. She did it. I mean, took her senior pictures yesterday and stuff. I mean, the other day. I mean, my son, he 9th grade. They want him to play for varsity. My 10-year-old daughter, point guard on the team. She the shortest. She playing against 7th graders. Wow. She in the 5th. Like, what? I mean, I'm right now. I'm just happy because everybody who I feel like that I'm doing it for is moving in the positive direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? It'll be better if I had to go to the school every day. Like, come on, man. I'm out here working for y'all to do this, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody in the right direction. Like right now on the label, I got vice president of BTE, which is Al. And both of us come from the street, man. Like we had a real conversation yesterday about we ain't gonna never let nobody outwork us or outthink us. When we be in them power meetings and get in that zone, can't nobody do what we know how to do. Mm-hmm. We know that because we came from nothing. They was giving it. We had to earn it. Where we at right now, we standing where we at right now. We put ourselves here. Hard work and prayer. You know what I mean? We put ourselves here. So how can somebody outthink us or outwork us?
Right.
When all we got to do is sit down, come up with a plan, and do it.
Execute.
You know, it's just the only thing a label can do is put you in a position to win. If we ever get a toehold with a label, it's over for everybody. Because I'm going to sign everybody in Atlanta. And I'm going to make hits.
Yeah.
Because I know how to make hits. It's a difference. Anybody can record a record. That can be a hot record because you just said you just in a picture with Migos. So your record hot anyway right now.
Right.
Everybody who support the Migos finna support you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody say they gave us nothing.
So tell me what it takes to make that hit record. Tell me what if you have a formula of science to what it is.
I ain't telling you. You probably rap.
I don't rap, bruh.
Your cousin do.
You know, I'm just trying to get the sauce. Trying to get the sauce. So you talked about it. You got your own label.
Right.
You got several businesses, a lot of different things that you're doing, being a CEO.
Right.
So you probably employ a few people under these businesses that otherwise wouldn't be able to get a job anywhere else.
Right.
Why is that important and significant for you and for those individuals?
Because, truth be told, the people who can't get them jobs, they loyal. They're the most loyal people. And where they came from is where I came from. So I see the loyalty in them, and I give them opportunities. You know, I even then gave people a couple chances and opportunities. You know what I mean? Because I'm like my grandma. My grandma had a house. My grandma got 12 people, 14 people in the house right now. It can be somebody out the street. If they ain't got nowhere to go, she gonna take them in. Grandma, we ain't got no room for these motherfuckers. We got one pound of pork chop. Well, he didn't gonna eat the bone. I'm just saying. So, employing those people, I see the good in people sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And them be the most hungriest people. Like, I don't want to work with nobody who already up here and who got all these clients because he's not gonna focus on what I want to focus on. So the people I employ, majority of the people that I employ who can't get jobs, they part of the promotional team, and they're sociable. They don't have a lot, but they got this. They got a good heart. And they good people, and that's good energy. Have you noticed everybody who got a lot of jewelry cars, some of them people ain't approachable. Mm-mm. They're not approachable. How many people you can approach who broke, though? You can approach them. They're approachable. You can talk to those people. You know, they understand the importance of the struggle, the importance of shit. So, yeah, I employ a lot of people who can't get jobs, and it's important for me to do that because I was one of those people who couldn't get a job. Yeah. When I got I went to boot camp for stealing the car. For theft by taking a motor vehicle. Mm-hmm. But I really didn't go for that. I went for keeping it real. I was actually in the car with somebody else who did it. Mm-hmm. But when he ran and got away, I didn't tell. But then he didn't get away. He really got caught. Mm-hmm. So now, about a week later, I got an indictment on me for theft by receiving a motor vehicle. I'm in court. They got him sitting in court next to me. He telling on me, and he the one who did it. But since I didn't tell first, I get the time.
Yeah.
But I don't regret that. Like, to this day, I used to want to bust him up when I see him. But I don't regret it because it made me who I am today. When I sat in that cell and seen all these men and shit, I don't want to be around a lot of men all my life. I've been in and out of jail still after that. But you understand what I'm saying, though? Who want to be around all these men when there's so many women? You know what I'm saying, man?
I feel you.
That's just like music. Like, it's a point, like, I can't do that type of music because I'm just so real. Man, music about the money. If you real anyway.
Right.
So we never had a caliber of music we do. We always did different flavor of music.
Yeah. Different flavors, just like the trucks.
Yeah.
You gotta keep the flavor.
Man, cause it's something for everybody.
Yeah. So recently you took to Instagram to share the joy from one of your family members, I would assume. You gave them a new car.
Right.
And he seemed to be very happy, feeling very grateful about that gift and that thoughtful gesture. Can you tell us, like, the sense of joy and happiness that you get from doing something like that for someone else?
The gentleman was actually my father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my father. He never really was there for me, never really did a lot for me, but he needed a car. Like, I had done already bought him cars, but me and him, we wasn't talking because he really wasn't there for me, so I regretted him a lot for that. But then after I growed up a little, I thought about it, and I had done bought him cars previous to even that car. What happened was I bought my mama a Cadillac truck, and he said to me, "You bought me this regular ass car, but you bought your mama a Cadillac truck," and it hurt my feelings. So we weren't talking for a while after that because I feel like that my mama was there the whole time. Whether my mama was on drugs, whether my mama was drinking, my mama loved me to death. My mama never turned her back on me. When I went to jail, I called home collect every day. My mama didn't have a job, but my mama accepted them calls every day. My mama wrote me. My mama visited me. My dad didn't even write me. He didn't come to see me. He didn't care. But I loved him to death, though. Still to that day, I love him to death. So just this particular day, I said, man, you know what? I love my daddy. I want to make up to my daddy. I don't want to do him like he did me. He put all this distance between us. I want to be closer to my dad. So I went to the lot and bought him a Cadillac, sedan because he old school. So I bought him a brand, maybe like a 2013, 14 sedan. And I went to the lot where I go all the time, which is Brent Auto Sale. They got good used cars out there. So I went and bought I was buying my daughter a car actually because she just had graduated. So he gave me a good deal. My older daughter, she graduated. He gave me a good deal on the car. I bought the car and put insurance on it for 6 months. And for a year. I put insurance on it for a year, but the title was there. I said, Brent, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the car, but don't do the paperwork yet. Just give me something to drive off with, and I'm going to let him drive up here and do everything with you in his name. Because, so we pulled up. So I had the car at the yard, and we were talking. And my daddy was a drug kingpin back in the day. May I add, he was street,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, we're finna take over Decatur, Curly. We're going to take Decatur back. He's like, hell yeah, Junior, we got that work. We can kill that shit. He was street. What I mean? I say, I know I ain't make your birthday party. He said, yeah, you didn't. I say, here you go. He said, what's that? I said, you leaning on it. That's yours. Voila. Junior, this my car? He was crying and everything.
Oh.
He was happy. I bought him that car. I say, about 8 months after that, he died.
Oh.
It killed me, though. And like, we weren't close, but when he died, oh my God, it killed me. I'm going to tell you where I was at the time. My daughter, Alberta, she named after my grandma. She had a game, Norcard. So I was at Norcard High School. She had a game, and they didn't tell me he was about to die. Nobody told me that, even the doctor didn't. So I was up there with me and her. After the game, we went to eat. We came back to the house. And I talked to them for a little while before I get ready to go to my house. And they called me and said, yeah, your dad at the hospital, such. And he been in the hospital. They were like, hey, bro, I'm at the hospital. You coming down? I said, yeah, I ride down there. So they just rushed daddy back to the hospital. He all right, though. He doing good. I stopped by Walmart on my way. Just bought him a blanket. Some socks, house shoes. You in the hospital, drawers. My mom always do that every time somebody in the hospital. So I just felt like Walmart on Barrett. I stopped right there and got it, went to the hospital. And all those in the lobby and stuff. And before I got to the hospital, though, when I was about coming, I just started crying for no reason. I promise God, I just started crying for no reason. And I wiped my eyes, got to the hospital. Everybody was in there laughing, joking. The doctor came in there and said, oh, he doing real good, doing real good, but what if such and such? I'm like, hold on. What you saying? He's telling us he's doing good. Then he shot it down like, boom, he doing bad. He was letting us down slow.
Slow, yeah.
So what happened was my dad went cold turkey on the liquor. He been drinking liquor all his life. You can't just stop because you shock your body. So he shocked his body because he wasn't drinking. But he did that for his wife. Everybody was telling him, Dad, just ease off of it. Don't stop. Ease off of it. So when he couldn't get that liquor, his body shut down because that's all his body knew.
Yeah.
And so his tongue turned purple, all this shit, he died. And after that, I paid for the funeral. Of course, he had no insurance. I mean, it don't matter because I was gonna do that anyway. I paid for 30 funerals. Just, and he died. But I just regret so much. I regret not forcing myself to go be around my dad. Being hard ass, trying to be hard. For some reason unknown, something could have happened back in the day between him and my mama, and he just didn't want to tell me something that. But my mama used to tell me all the time. She was like, she wasn't bitter toward him, even though they weren't together. I'd be like, I'm at my dad's house, but she didn't like the stepmama thing. Like, she didn't like that part. Everything else she accepted, but it brought me, to get back to it, it brought me a lot of joy to buy him that car. Just that day, man, like, just doing stuff for other people.
Right.
And like, that what my grandma did. She reached out, she helped everybody. She fed people, she clothed people, she housed people with her legs. Like, when I lived with my grandma, my mama is a twin.
Right.
Yeah, so my mama stayed in apartments. My mama was on drugs. And my grandma would take her check or some money, and she'd give me some money to get me something to eat. Because my aunt, knowing I was there and I'm her twin sister's nephew, would go in there and cook 1 pack of meat, and she got 4 kids. So she cooked 1 pack of meat for her boyfriend, her 4 kids. 8-pack pork chop. The boyfriend gonna want 2, she gonna want 2, the kids gonna eat 1 apiece. That leave me not eating that. So my grandma would sneak me some money to go get something to eat. My auntie would come in and cuss my grandma out for buying me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of understand,
the dynamic.
Yeah, the dynamics. Like, my grandma did for everybody. Like, I get that from her. I think that's a gift and a curse. In a way.
In a way. I think that just shows your values, your morals, what you feel is important.
Right.
And how you should be as a human. I respect that.
Right.
Giving back to your community through music, through family, loyalty, that's important. So, yeah. I can't blame you
it's
for
just
that.
like other kids. I got other kids, but their mom put me up with child support. I talk to them like, why we doing child support? Like, I give you whatever you want, whatever they need. You doing this for the other children. Now the court give you less money, but I'm still doing for these kids what I need to do for them. You know what I'm saying? I still pay your gas bill if your gas off. Then you got a dude standing there. Prime example, my little cousin. This is one more story. He in jail right now. I put money on his boy. His dad died. Me and his dad first cousin. I love him to death. He the only cousin I had every day called me and say, I love you, cuz. Every day, I love you. Every day, I don't care what day it is. If we can be in front of 1,000 men, a grown man telling me he loved me in front, that mean a lot. That meant a lot. So I tried to keep his son out of jail. So every week I gave him money to catch the bus back and forth to school. And he was involved in that them Buckhead robberies. But he wasn't one of the guys. The guy even told the police that it wasn't him. I got him a lawyer, everything. The lawyer just didn't fight the right way. But at the end of the day, prime example, he called me the other day. He was like, cuz, I need you to help my mom. Dude, I'm like, cuz, I told you, I don't do it like that. I helped her one time, but I feel like that if you got a man there, he should be held responsible for the household with you. That's just the way I feel. Like, I got a strong feeling of that. I done been in my mama's house where she got a lazy ass man right there, eating all the food stamp shit up. Everything she bought the food stamp, they greedy motherfucker eating all the little devils. Ain't no little devils in them motherfuckers.
All the snacks.
Greedy ass. I ain't paying damn bill in them motherfuckers. Just fussing and eating little devils. And ain't clean shit. But man, I think like I said, it's a gift and a curse. But I help people all the time. I just do. I don't know, man. I just feel like that God blessed me to be able to, so I do it.
Yeah. So what we got next for Big Time Entertainment? Mr. Big Time, Columbia BT. You done changed straight away from the old title, old name.
Right now, my name Tommy. Right now, I don't rap no more.
So not even Columbia. We don't call you that.
Tommy.
Sorry. Hello, Tommy.
How you doing?
Great.
I'm great too. So
what's next for you?
I mean, just whatever gonna come legit that's gonna make it. I mean, I just want to see my kids go to college. I want to do their music with my son, help him, guide him in the right direction, teach him a lot of stuff that I learned.
Young Mio.
Yeah. And Tommy Gunn trying to position him as a boss. I mean, I'm gonna sign other people probably, but I ain't sure because I really want Mio to get his label out of the ground and he create his own generation of rappers, almost in a sense, not create his own generation, but he signed other artists to his label. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. Good. Awesome. Where can they find you on social media so they can see more inspirational content?
BTE Global.
Okay.
Is my site on there, and Tommy is my Facebook. You know what
Tommy?
I'm saying? Yeah. But follow BTE Global, man. You know, anybody got questions about music, about real life experience that I've been through, and you feel like you're in the same situation, don't hesitate to hit me in my DM on there, man. Appreciate the opportunity, Patchwerk, Kurt.
Thank you.
You know, man, we're growing together.
Thank you.
I like your interviewer. She's real on point and
thank you.
And nice. I don't know about the cameraman. He just put the camera on me and left.
Nah, keep
but the recording man,
hold
good.
Down.
I just mess with you. He said, "Man, this is what I do. I know how much memory I got."
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for sitting
Everybody
down
out there struggling with the music. Come on, man. Pray and work hard, and do something you want to do, man. Don't do what everybody else wants you to do.
Absolutely.
That's the word. That's all I can give you now.
You gave us the real deal, Holyfield. Thank you for sitting down with me, talking and chopping it up with us.
Welcome.
See you working all the time. So excited to see where BTE goes, BTE Global. As always, thank y'all for tuning in to the Audio Music Podcast. You can find me on social media at Sammy Approved, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all that. And thank y'all for listening.
Sonically superior.